Welcome you back to Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Southwest Airlines. A 10-3 game, and the difference has been a punt return for a touchdown. And so my question is, Kirk, can the offenses pick it up here in the second half?
I think the one thing that we can expect to see, I think, from both offenses, especially you assume Texas, is to be able to get into some rhythm. Colt McCoy struggled. Let's face it. I still look at Colt, and I think that there's some pressure there. I think he's feeling like he has to live up to certain expectations, and he just wasn't able to settle down. The offensive line didn't really help him, give him a lot of time consistently, and I think it really ultimately affected him.
That was a Southwest Airlines playbook, and now Monroe will run it home now, and Monroe with speed to the 34-yard line, and that is where they will put it in play. Our Pacific Life game summary as we take a look at the first half statistics. 7 negative rushing for Texas Tech, but only 54 for Texas. What do you make of the rushing in this?
I think if you're Texas, you should be concerned more about 54 than the -7. Remember, 32 of those yards were on one play where they got a big sack. So if Texas Tech is going to sit back here with a couple safeties, you have to be able to run the football.
Newton is the running back. He catches the flare, and he is driven out of bounds about the 37-yard line.
Now, this trend has been going on all year with Colt McCoy, struggling a bit in the first half. You can see the interceptions. All three of them have come in the first half, but he has settled down in the second half, and we'll see if he's able to get that rhythm going here. Oh, busted play.
And on 2nd and 7, he will throw it away. And 3rd down is coming up. If you're wondering, Taylor Potts threw it 34 times in the first half for 163 yards, but no touchdowns and no interceptions. And here's the 3rd down coming up for the Horns. They spread the field.
Man Shipley.
Inside to Childs for the 1st down. To the 48-yard line.
Quick throws, getting the ball out and trying to get it on time. Childs, who's still kind of feeling his way as a wide receiver, moving from quarterback. And there's Colt McCoy showing the accuracy and that strong arm stepping into that throw. This time he'll go out to the left, it looks like.
So Childs, with his 3rd Wildcat formation, will take the direct snap. And this time he will hand off to the running back who crosses midfield, and that is Monroe as we check in down below with Lisa.
Well, Brandon, he said he's won too many games for us. He knows what to do. I don't have to do anything. And you know how he is. He said, just watch. He's going to get hot here this half.
Monroe stayed in the game and took the handoff that time, and he is hit by Duncan.
Well, this is a textbook tackle right in the middle of this defense by Brian Duncan. But how he gets low there. Monroe's got such good speed and explosiveness that Duncan just lowered his shoulder and put it right on DJ Monroe for another 3rd down here for Colt.
3rd and 4 at the Red Raider 46. Time complete for a 1st down. He puts it back in Shipley's hands.
Anytime he gets to 3rd and short, you can bet that, again, he's looking for Shipley. I know he hit Childs on the first one. I had circled Shipley because that's kind of his security blanket, especially when he's still trying to get that rhythm.
Going without a huddle. Handing off to the young run back, Newton, that time. So they're alternating Monroe and Newton to start the second half.
The running game complementing Colt McCoy is so important in this second half.
Johnson comes in off the sideline. Play fake by McCoy, rolling to the left, and he is upended before he can get the 1st down by Duncan again.
Duncan goes down. Looks like the ball comes out, but the ball definitely came loose after hitting the ground. It looked like McCoy goes up in the air, has possession, and then once he hit the ground, the ball came out.
3rd down and 5. Another first down. Shipley again moves the chains, 25-yard line.
Quick blitz there. Shipley and Colt McCoy together on the same page. Good adjustment.
Shipley's caught 7 passes already here tonight, and a timeout is going to be called by the Red Raiders defense.
Well, the adjustment that Greg Davis made to try to get his offense, not just Colt McCoy, in rhythm. Obviously, the up-tempo, something you usually see from Texas Tech.
So we'll take a break. The Longhorns on a drive up 7. Do you remember this just before the half, the simulation? We want to thank the Big 12 because the replay booth officials came over and told us that by rule, once you simulate that, the play is dead. So kudos to Tom Walker and his umpire, John Mascarella, because they were right on top of the rule book. So that was an illegal play once he simulates it, and that's why they blew the whistle. Running back that time was young Newton. He crossed the 20-yard line for the Longhorns.
So offensive line taking control here on this drive. That time the big right tackle Kyle Hicks leading the way for Newton.
2nd down and 4. End zone touchdown Newton. The young man who Coach Davis says doesn't impress you with his vertical, doesn't impress you with his speed, but there's a wow factor. This is wow.
How about the offensive line getting a big push, a 19-yard touchdown for Trey Newton, finishing off an 11-play drive, and that's how you get Colt McCoy and this offense in sync. You run the football. If Texas Tech is going to sit back with 2 safeties deep, you have to have that ability, and they took control up front.
Lawrence tacks on the extra point. And it is a 2-touchdown advantage as Newton dashes into the end zone. Now it's up to Taylor Potts and the Red Raiders to get something going. Yeah, you can find something to do on 6th Street in Austin. That is for sure. There's Mighty Bevo. About time. My guys got back in that end zone. 17-3. Red Raiders being shut down here without a touchdown. From the 7-yard line is young Stevens with a hole to the 40-yard line. Let's go to Matt Weiner for SportsCenter right now, Matt.
Yeah. Georgia's
Shootout
their
there.
offense the last couple of weeks against South Carolina and Arkansas.
1st down and 10 here for the Red Raiders. Play fake. Potts buys some time with it, and the ball is dropped. Zuzalek would have had a big gain on that, and the last game without a pass touchdown under Mike Leach, 2006 at TCU, a school that always plays good D.
Brent, they came out of the gate with that first drive, and since that point they've not been able to do anything. They had 10 plays and 56 yards on that first drive, and since then 7 drives, 5 punts, a fumble, and then the end of the half.
Complete to the 40 and thrown out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Britton.
Well, Edward Britton is on the backside of this Texas Tech offense, and he has to be able to beat coverage like this from Shockey Brown. But this is a poor effort by number 8, Shockey Brown. Has to be able to make that play. It's okay to maybe give up the catch, but definitely have to make the tackle right after Britton makes that play.
Flag. Another false start.
Dead ball.
Another penalty.
False start.
That is the
offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
And Okafor, one of the guards, moving. And that is the 4th false start of this game.
Goes back to that being on the road, struggling to build that continuity up front. See this offense Obviously, the opponent's gone up a notch or two from their first two to tonight.
First and 15. And that was complete just beyond the original line of scrimmage. Franks making the grab. 8 penalties against the Red Raiders here tonight, and 3 against Texas. Second down and 8. 12 men on the field. Now one of the receivers clears.
Got him again.
There's a penalty flag.
Got him again. All Texas is doing is jumping. They're just giving this offensive line
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Brandon Carter.
Just giving them a little movement. And because they can't hear, and they're looking at they should be looking at the ball, not listening to a snap count. But the movement by Texas up front is creating a little anxiety for Texas Tech's O-line.
Middle, complete, but short of the first down. And again, Zuzelik.
Talked about the adjustments that Texas made after giving up some big plays by Taylor Potts in the first drive, and it was pressure, and it was coming up, eliminating the cushion on the wide receivers, and that's what they're doing here. Look at the defensive backs up close to the line and challenging the timing of Potts and his receivers, and they'll bring pressure from this look.
Hand off to Stevens to the 30-yard line.
Now you know he's going for this, right?
Exactly.
He's going for this. In fact, he ran the football just to get a little bit closer to give his quarterback a better chance here on 4th down.
Score on this drive puts him right back in it. But this is a big 4th down for the Red Raiders.
He's got a soft corner at the top of the screen if he wants to take the easy throw.
He took it, got the first down to the 24-yard line. Torres again.
He recognized Curtis Brown, just like I saw that when he looked like he was going to snap the ball, Curtis Brown started to retreat in coverage before the ball was snapped, and that gave him the indication to make the easy throw out to the outside.
Comes back the other way, and 9 or 10 yards with Britton again.
That's what you like to see from this offense. When this offense is in their own rhythm, a lot of times they're finding that screen, coming from the outside, cutting back to the end.
Give him 9, second down and 1. Stevens stopped short of the first down. That was a fine tackle by Brown. Now it is 3rd down and 1. Stevens remains the running back. Stevens to the middle. He's short of the first down. It is 4th down. Kendall.
Sergio Kendall with a huge play there on 3rd and short. I think he had a pretty good feel that because of the yardage that they were trying to pick up, and he just came down right now and took that running play away from Tech.
He goes right straight ahead. He had been backing away from center. At that time, they ran the quarterback sneak. He did not back out to the shotgun. So Potts moves the chains himself.
Brent, I think you're right. I think we're so used to him starting maybe under center and then falling back into the shotgun. He tried to catch Texas off guard. They defended it pretty well, but he got enough of a push there to pick up the first. Mike Leach says that Taylor Potts does as much at the line of scrimmage as any quarterback that he's ever had as far as making checks.
Here they come. Against pressure. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Leong, his high school buddy from Abilene. And the Red Raiders are right back in the thick of it here, midway through the third.
That's exactly what you have to do to a defense that continues to bring pressure with blitzing and playing man-to-man. Leong, who always seems to be in sync with Potts. Potts sees the pressure, but he also sees a one-on-one opportunity. He takes it, puts the ball exactly where Leong can make the catch, and Texas Tech is right back in this football game.
Williams adds the extra point. It's a 7-point game again here in Austin. So both teams score touchdowns on their opening drives of this half. You're watching Saturday Night Football on ABC. Now we welcome you back to Austin, where the Red Raiders have just scored their first touchdown of the night. They trail at 17-10, 6:27 left in the third quarter. Monroe and Williams. Look at this, Herbie.
Look at this, the way they matched up Shockey Brown with Leong. Look at him turn to the fade, and he just guessed wrong. I think you're going to see Texas Tech continue to go after Shockey Brown, number 8.
Onside kick, free ball. And the Horns pounce on it. There's a penalty flag down. Let us sort this out. The unpredictable one does it again. You would have thought with a 7-point lead that he'd make Texas go the distance.
Number 39. The 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
Wow. This gives Colt McCoy and Texas half a field to work with, basically, is what happens here with this play. Now, you can second guess Leach, and I know a lot of good football people who are doing just that right now, but he's unorthodox. He always has been, and he always will be. There's just no accounting for what he's going to try to pull out of his hat.
I like that. No accounting for it.
No, he's not. I'm telling you. There's not a sound football man in the world who says with 6:25 to go.
He just cut it to 7. You're on the road.
Kick that sucker down there and say, come on, see what you can do. Well, here we go. And that's Childs back in the Wildcat. McCoy is off to the left of the formation. It's going to be McCoy throwing off a reverse end around, little trickeration, and first down with Kirkendall.
Colt McCoy was looking to his man once he gets his football. Look at the safety in the middle of the field. He takes away Shipley, so when Shipley's taken away, it makes it a very easy throw to get it to the outside, and Kirkendall finally gets a big catch.
Now the handoff, and on the cutback, the running back is Trey Newton as we check in with Matt Weiner in New York.
On your mobile phone and cast your vote.
Meanwhile, here is Newton barging straight ahead for another first down as someone goes and loses a shoe on that play.
Greg Davis has decided that he's going to put the game in the hands of Trey Newton and this big offensive line, and I bet he challenged them at halftime. This is the second drive that we've seen where Colt McCoy is handing the football off to Trey Newton, and the Texas offensive line is finally getting a push up front. Here's Greg Davis right in the middle.
And somewhere Nate is saying, that's my boy. Number 23, the son of Big Nate Newton. Flare pass out to the sideline, and that's Buckner, his second catch of the night. Dewhurst, shorthanded defensively. It's possible that this Red Raider defense will wear down here in the second half.
And I think what Texas is seeing are these safeties being back.
Second down and 13. Diving for the touchdown. Check it. Knee is going to be down on the 1. Check it.
But they're really playing off the safeties, whether the safeties are up or they're back. They've been running the football to give them that look. And just when they lull them to sleep and think that it's about running the football, it's like Moore may be cramping there. They try to hit a seam and split them with a big, tall receiver in Dan Buckner at 6'4", 215 pounds, and a perfectly thrown ball that time by Colt McCoy. They've had so much success here to start this second half running the football. This time these safeties start to maybe think about the run, and they keep him honest by throwing the football. And you go back to that decision on the onside kick attempt and starting this drive inside Texas Tech territory.
Cody Johnson is the back who comes in inside the 5-yard line. They'll go to the jumbo look here for Mack Brown.
Look at, I think Colt starting next week just needs to put John Childs in there a little bit more in the first half. He's become early in this year, his second half numbers are astounding.
Antoine Cobb will be one of the fullbacks, and we look down on this beautiful scene. I was asked by some Texas officials what we thought about the new look stadium, and it's one of the best in the country, isn't it? And we thank MetLife for providing the dramatic coverage here. MetLife has the protection you need for the most important ifs in your life. Visit MetLife.com today. Texas Memorial Stadium, Austin, Texas. And the Horns with that jumbo backfield. Move up behind McCoy. Johnson powers toward the end zone. No signal. There's the touchdown. So Cody Johnson's 4th rushing touchdown this year.
Big Lamar Houston leading the way. I think it was that second effort there by Cody Johnson that got him into the end zone. Big load coming through. He can get inside the 5-yard line. Number 31 at 5'11", about 250 pounds. And Waller, Texas, usually has a way of getting into that end zone.
So Texas Tech right back where they started before they scored that touchdown, and then failed to recover the onside kick. The Horns use the short field to their advantage. Well, the big story today in college football, certainly USC going up to Washington and losing. Upset by the Huskies and their former offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian. And here tonight, the Longhorns hope to take care of business against the team that knocked them out of the running for a national championship a year ago. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech back on the goal line is young Stevens again. This time he's lit up. And we check in with Matt Weiner in New York. Matt, of course, the Texas Longhorns have a 14-point lead, 24-10. Play fake by Potts, comes down the middle and wide open. The 40, 45, and thrown out of bounds at midfield is Zuzalek.
There's that zone, and Zuzalek doing a good job of finding the soft spot in the zone. And there's the protection. A great look at the protection that Taylor Potts received that time. Texas sat back, making it easy for Potts to find his man because he had plenty of time with the pass protection.
Potts is now thrown for 263 yards, and that one touchdown coming back with Stevens. It's no more than a yard.
Let's go back and revisit the distribution again. Mike Leach emphasizes the importance of this, and it's not just the yards, it's the touches and trying to spread the football around. Michael Crabtree's not here, so the importance of making sure everybody gets their opportunity, important to give Texas a lot to look at.
Britton, Torres, Lewis, and Zuzalek would be the names. Here now is second down. Potts in trouble. Gets rid of it, far side, and a catch is made. A beautiful grab over there by Torres, number 86, working that far side for 17 yards.
How about, again, Potts this time getting some pressure. He sits in the pocket, makes a long throw from the hash to the boundary, and he gets some pressure. As he's throwing it, he's getting actually hit by a Texas defender, and the rhythm there, putting it right on the money.
Firing quickly over the middle for another 9 yards, and that's Swindell.
If Texas is going to bring pressure, it's imperative that their defensive backs again eliminate the cushion. They brought pressure, but they sat their man-to-man coverage off. And if you're Taylor Potts, as soon as you get the shotgun snap, you know where to go? It's pitch and catch. Just throw it to the outside to this open man.
Second down and 1. Potts firing, got a man open, and a little bit too far over his head. He had Torres breaking deep down that far sideline, and that was just a touch inaccurate. He might have had a touchdown if he'd have lofted this up over the corner.
Remember Torres beat him to the outside? Look at this, a little out and up, and Curtis Brown bit on it, man-to-man coverage. If he put it down the field instead of to the boundary, and Potts knows it. It was an easy touchdown because Curtis Brown bit on that out and up.
Third down and 1. Play fake, snap off for the first down, and that is Zuzalek, who's been very active in this game here tonight. That is his 4th catch of the night.
Brent, how about this on 4th and 1, or 3rd and 1 rather? He decides to take a chance and get the ball again. Who needs 3rd down when you still have 4th down? Take a shot downfield. Love when he looks over that play chart.
That's the smallest play chart in all of football. Complete. Picked up about 5 more, and Torres.
It looks like when you and he met together for coffee that he wrote that on his little cocktail napkin. I mean, look how little that is. Kidding me?
Something he got from a motel when he was up in Cody, Wyoming this summer. He was up there fishing a little. Second down and 6. Stands tall, touchdown, Texas Tech. Leong, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And again, they're right back in the thick of things and hang on for the 4th quarter.
When you play man-to-man against Mike Leach, the crossing routes eventually come into play. That's what Texas Tech went to. They gave Taylor Potts time to throw. The crossers will eventually catch up to you if you don't get pressure on a Texas Tech quarterback.
Williams tacks on the extra point. Taylor Potts tonight in Austin. His first game in Austin. He's thrown for 313 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He should be very proud of the effort. Watch the receivers just cross right in front of one another, trying to hope that they'll maybe clip one of the defensive backs run into each other. But Leong makes a great catch. Potts wanted to go to the fade off to the left. He sits there, he buys time, he's patient, puts the ball where Leong has a chance, and he makes a great catch, as Earl Thomas had pretty good coverage. Well, he should feel very, very good about himself and his performance on the road in Texas, 36-48, over 300 yards.
Great smile by Leong there in the back of the bench, his former Abilene High School teammate. And again, remember, these 2 quarterbacks, there they are, Potts and his receiver Leong from Abilene High School. And that's about 20 miles away from where Colt McCoy was raised. And they have not talked since the season began, but back in middle school, Potts and Colt McCoy went to church frequently together. So they're longtime buddies. And back on the 1-yard line, Monroe coming out now to the 30. Out of bounds.
Late flag coming in there. It looked like Texas might have pushed a Texas Tech defender on the return of the back, or maybe a hold, but it's definitely going to be on Texas. Ryan Roberson, number 30, kind of looked disgusted with himself as he was coming off the field there.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Receiving team number 89. Unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Well, they won't be happy with Matthews picking up that penalty.
These last two drives by Texas Tech, Brent, just didn't it feel like they were just about on the mat, maybe out for the count, and both times coming back to get back in the game.
Felt like their offense of a year ago.
Yes, yeah.
Now it's McCoy's turn, and Newton stays in that backfield, and why not? They're going to give it back to him. Flea flicker. McCoy trying to go deep middle. He's got coverage back there, though. Jamar Wall was not fooled. The flea flicker did not draw him in, and Wall is an outstanding defensive back. With two defensive backs, two safeties deep, this is a hard play. You have to hope that they come up and bite on the run action. But one thing about Wall and about this Texas Tech defense, they're very well schooled. They just seems like everything that Texas is throwing at them, they've prepped and looked at this with Ruffin McNeil, their defensive coordinator, this week. Play fake to Newton. McCoy dances away on the move and throws for the first down to Danny Buckner again. Buckner suddenly having a big night. Remember, they've turned him into a flex tight end, and he'll become an all-around tight end before the year is over. Here's Colt McCoy showing the athletic ability and then the vision downfield, not panicking and trying to pick up yards. Instead, finding Buckner, who did a good job himself, breaking to an open area there to help out his quarterback. Texas has been decimated a little bit at that tight end position, and that's why they want to use Buckner full time. You can see he's just to the left of the tackle. And sometimes they'll put a safety on him, and safeties can't get with him, and that time he draws a linebacker, and he crosses midfield. Well, basically, he's a wide receiver playing tight end, and you know how dangerous those fellas have become. Some of them are right now getting a little rest before Sunday afternoon football. There's nothing like a great big talented tight end getting down the middle of the field anymore. Here comes Newton. Newton to the 45. Brent, you brought something up in the first half, and we talked about the lack of depth on the Texas Tech defensive line. This is where, with the up-tempo attack, you're going to wonder how will they hold up in this second half as we move into the fourth quarter. You see Jones going off the field. Second down and 6. And you go back to Mike's decision. It was ill-fated, the onside kick. But he's probably thinking the same thing that you and I are. That his defense is starting to get worn down. And if he could ambush him, you get another chance for that offense. Because right now you saw the one defensive lineman, Jones. Just exactly. So 1 quarter to go. This presentation of Saturday Night Football, presented by Southwest Airlines, will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations. We are back in Austin, Texas. Texas Tech and the number 2 ranked team in the country. A year ago, Texas was ranked number 1. They went to Lubbock, and Tech with a memorable upset. Here tonight, we start the final 15 minutes of regulation with the Longhorns leading, but only by 7. Third down and 8. Colt McCoy is thrown for 163 yards, but he is not thrown for a touchdown. Drops it over the middle on a crossing pattern to Shipley, and he is short of the first down. Jordan Shipley again, the go-to man on third down. These guys have worked so much with one another, but look at Texas Tech. You have a defensive back, you have linebackers, everybody trying to find where Shipley is, and they had at that time 2 defenders on him to take him away and leave him short of the first down. Tucker backs up to punt on 4th and 4. Blake Gideon and Antoine Cobb. Cobb the up back, and here's that rugby punt running off to the right, and it will go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A beautiful punt by Tucker. Herbie, take us to the Pacific Life game summary, my friend.
Oh, well, we've had an interesting tale of two halves. The first half looked like it was just going to be defensive football, but these quarterbacks have settled down in the second half. And Taylor Potts, no matter what happens in this football game, Taylor Potts has had a great football game on the road in front of this crowd with 3 new offensive linemen. In the third quarter alone, he was 12 of 14 with 150 yards and a couple touchdowns.
Coach Mike Leach with your final words as he trots out to the huddle. 96 yards away from a tying touchdown. Noisy end, closed in. Offensive line barking out where the defenders are. In the end zone, gets it off, intercepted. Picked off at the 20-yard line. Touchdown, Earl Thomas. The one who was burned by Michael Crabtree a year ago. And there's a penalty flag down.
Right, it looks like they may be calling him down. One official is indicating that he's down at about the 20-yard line. Taylor Potts looks to his left, throwing off his back foot, takes a bit of a chance, and there's just three Texas defenders right in the middle of that defense. It's a poor decision. Just when we talk about how wonderful he's playing, he looked like he was definitely down.
It looked like he caught it when he was down, didn't he, Herbie?
Yep. Boy.
The review booth is going over this.
See how Acho kind of sealed off the receiver from getting to the spot that he was trying to be able to get because of the timing of it. He threw it before his receiver could get there, but he didn't have a chance to get through Acho.
It's back on the 20-yard line. That's where the ball has been spotted pending this review.
Field is confirmed. The player was down at the 20-yard line. First down, Texas.
Was asking Zuzalek what happened on that play.
He just got walled off by the big linebacker Acho. See if Texas goes right to the end zone here after the big turnover.
Hand off to Newton. And you get the feeling that Trey Newton is becoming the go-to running back as far as the Longhorns are concerned. Someone that they count on as we've got the referee sorting out this penalty.
Holding, offense number 64. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's Kyle Hicks.
They're pulling their guards around and leading the way for Trey Newton. And Brent, I agree with you. I think there's something about Newton that when he's back there, it just seems to flow. The coaches, I don't know if they can even put their finger on it.
Yeah, Davis said he didn't expect it, but he has a little bit of what he called the wow factor.
Yeah,
I'm not tell you who he compared him to, but
oh,
well,
I know who he compared this to.
Here's McCoy. Shipley on that screen. And he's down at the 20. Now, he said, listen, I don't think he's nearly as good there yet, but here's who he reminds me of, is the fact the way he came out of school, not ballyhooed, but he said Emmitt Smith was like that when he came out of school in Florida and went to play for the Gators. Yeah, he's okay, but is he fast enough? Can he make it in the NFL?
Not fast enough.
And then you look up and he's gained more yards than anybody.
And always falling forward, never backwards.
So we got the idea, and we're not going to try to put the hex on Nate's son, I'll tell you that. Into the Hall of Famer. Deflected, intercepted. On on the interception. And back to the 19-yard line.
Brent, it's another high ball by Colt McCoy. Plenty of time, steps, makes the throw. Malcolm Williams probably should make the catch, but the ball is high.
That interception was DJ Johnson. Remember we said they'd have to reach deep tonight because they were shorthanded? Well, that is DJ Johnson. He is a freshman, and he played right here in Austin, Texas at St. Stephen's Episcopal School. A freshman, and what a big moment for DJ Johnson coming home and making the interception. Ball back in Potts' hands. 12:49 to go. Play fake in trouble. That's going to be, you know, intentional grounding if it isn't a fumble or a lateral. Chased, and now Potts is shaken up.
I don't think he got outside of the pocket.
No, I didn't either. I
think he got outside of about the guard, but he doesn't get outside of the pocket.
Yeah, there's the flag finally comes down. There's no question.
Yeah.
The horns wisely going after it in case it's a lateral and a live ball, but
great timing that time by McElroy, the linebacker, one of the leaders of this defense, coming up with a big play when the Longhorns defense really needs it. And all of a sudden, Taylor Potts and Texas Tech, after a great third quarter, their first couple plays here to start the fourth quarter have been their worst two plays of the game.
Mike is complaining that the crowd made the call. Mike is complaining that the flag was not thrown.
He'll see
but to no avail because it was a good call. And a loss of 14 makes it 2nd down and 24. Kendall jumped. Was he pulled again?
Marlon Wynn reacted, but I think it's going to be on Sergio Kendall. He went all the way across the line.
Offside, defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's the 6th penalty on the Horns for 51 yards. 11 penalties against Texas Tech for 78 yards here tonight. 24-17 now. 12:40 to go. 2nd down and 19 for Taylor Potts. Under pressure, incomplete, and it was the heat again.
Late hit here, Brent. They're going to get roughing the quarterback. You're right. They're bringing the pressure, but after the throw, it looked like Acho came high. Might have been Randall, actually.
Personal foul.
Checking the number.
Personal foul. Defense, number 38, unnecessary roughness. That penalty is applied. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 91. The 15-yard penalty, automatic, first round.
That's Randall.
Yeah. This is the one on the quarterback after Potts threw the football. This is the one I saw right after the throw. Looks like it's going to be an incompletion. He just slams him to the ground. Mental error by the Longhorns here on a crucial drive for Texas Tech.
So with the first down, the ball is moved back out to the 25. 12.5 minutes to go. Potts sets the screen with Batch, and he is lit up. McElroy finishing up.
McElroy starting to take over here. And again, he is one of the leaders, a guy who's played a lot of football in the Big 12, and a guy that I'm sure remembers last year's game very, very well.
2nd down and 12 for the Red Raiders. Kendall, ball is loose. Horns have recovered it if it's called a fumble. Acho comes up with the ball as Kendall jars it out of Potts' hands.
for all the people who have been wondering where Sergio Kindle has been, he has stepped up here on these last couple drives. He just goes right by Marlon Wynn with speed. This is the young man that they felt could replace Brian Arakpo. He moved from linebacker to defensive end. Look at the speed and the acceleration to get right by Wynn. Charged the ball loose and the helmet loose from Taylor Potts.
Did he hit him high with that helmet?
Dead ball, delay of game, sideline violation, Texas. It's a 5-yard penalty from the dead ball spot. First down.
I have a question about that on that replay. And that is whether or not there was that helmet contact up high. I want to take another look at this, and everybody look along with me. I want to watch the helmet now.
We've seen some called this year because of the new emphasis on the rule that have been probably not as bad as that.
They're supposed to be emphasizing that.
Yep.
Nevertheless, the Horns are given the ball at the 19-yard line. McCoy handing off to Newton for a couple of yards.
McCoy trying to milk a little bit of clock right now. You know, Colt McCoy has a lot of leeway at the line of scrimmage too. And as I said, when you're a quarterback, first thing you're looking at besides the linebackers, you're looking at the safeties to dictate if you're going to throw the ball or run the football.
The handoff to the end back again. Newton close to the first down. A couple yards still to go.
Nice vision that time by Trey Newton to be able to find a hole and pick up a few more yards here. You can see Texas went from a real high tempo most of this game, where now they're just trying to slow it down to work that clock.
There's the young running back. Twists, and there's a penalty flag. That was Newton. We've already had 19 penalties.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 53. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Daniel Howard.
I think Daniel Howard's saying, I'm just trying to fight off a block. He's right at the end of the line of scrimmage. He's taking on a big tight end, Greg Smith, and also Ulikowski. He said, I'm just trying to survive out here.
First and goal. And when they get down close, they keep it right on the ground. The clock continues to tick. Newton has a touchdown already tonight and closing in on 70 yards rushing. Second down and goal. Here is Newton on the inside handoff, and he is stopped at the 3-yard line by Bird.
Really impressed with these three linebackers, veterans. Bront Bird, 20, Brian Duncan, 57, and Marlon Williams. These guys are one of the anchors of this defense. They've moved around because of a lack of depth up front, been asked to do a lot of different things tonight, and all holding up very well. That time, as you said, Brent Bird with a pretty good collision there to push Newton back.
Third and goal. And a stoppage. Timeout has been called by Texas.
First come out of the half. It's a full timeout.
So on this third and goal, they want to talk about it down here. Texas up by 7. Austin, Texas on a Saturday night. Beautiful scene. It's been a tough Big 12 game. Look down now, and we've got 3rd and goal for the Horns, up by 7.
Empty set, a lot of times good for a quarterback draw for Colt McCoy, or he has Shipley off to his left in the slot.
4-man rush. McCoy delivers back to the end zone. Touchdown. That is Buckner. Again flexed off that tight end spot on the right side of the line. And a tough matchup for the defense.
This is tough on Brian Duncan, who's trying to wall off Buckner and not allow him to get behind it. But once Buckner got behind Brian Duncan, made it a very easy read and throw for Colt McCoy.
Brent Venables is thinking right now about putting a safety or a corner on number 4 when they see him in Dallas. You can count on it. We've got a timeout. Horns back up by 14. Well, Colt McCoy thought about going to the NFL last year, and if you talk to folks who have an idea about where he might have been drafted, they will say the 2nd round. But now they're saying that he has probably moved up into the middle or the late 1st round. The family has taken out an insurance policy on him, which is fully legal. Pays $3 to $5 million in case of a career-ending injury, and Colt telling me that it is 24-hour protection. In other words, an automobile accident would be covered the same way. Returning out of the end zone is Stevens, and Stevens stopped at about the 21-yard line. Let's go to Matt Weiner in New York. Matt.
10-yard penalty. 1st down.
All right, Matt, and here we had a hold on the kickoff return, so they'll back it out 10 yards, and away we will go with Taylor Potts to see if he can get something going here, Herbie, in the last 9 minutes.
9 minutes, down by a couple scores, and remember the last 2 possessions have ended with a turnover. 1 play and an interception, 3 plays on the 2nd drive, and a lost fumble. They've got to get something going. Remember the 3rd quarter was great for Texas Tech.
Four-man rush, and Kendall was there again. Almost took him down as we check in down below with Lisa.
Oh, hey, Brent, just to give you an idea of just how hard Taylor Potts got hit on that last Texas Tech possession, take a look at this. The hit knocked out one of his contact lenses. Before he was able to even go back into the game, he had to put that contact lens back in just so he can see. Brent?
Yeah, and believe me, he's got one eye on Kendall. Where is number 2 coming from next? He has been a blur coming in. They double him this time. They hit the middle for a 1st and 10. So they did a good job of making sure that Mr. Kendall did not get to the quarterback before Leong, who has caught a couple of touchdown passes here tonight from his former high school teammate, got his 6th pass of the evening. On 1st down, Torres. Tough run after the catch, huh?
Right now, looks like Will Muschamp going to mixing up the coverages, but he looks like he's willing to just try to keep everything in front of his defensive backs. Doesn't want to give up an easy one with a 14-point cushion with 8 minutes to go.
Quick to a wide receiver with a couple of blockers out in front, and the Red Raiders strike for another 1st down, and that is Britton.
I think the danger with that philosophy with this kind of offense is they get down in the field in a hurry if you get conservative on the defensive side. 3 plays, 3 first downs, and all 3 plays stop the clock.
Here's Potts coming to the near side, wide open, close to another 1st and 10, and that is Franks. Well, a reminder to stay tuned for the Ford wrap-up coming right after this game. A lot of things happening in college football today. USC upset in Seattle by the Washington Huskies. That will be the lead. Second down and 1. Stevens hold, bursts across and battles to the 22. Fine-looking young running back Stevens is.
Stevens a good compliment to Baron Patch, and again another first down. Clock stops to be able to move the sticks, and before the clock will even have a chance to get started again, you already see Potts in this Texas Tech offense now getting close to the red zone and ready to go again.
From the 22 on a slant, incomplete. Intended receiver was Britton.
I think Potts is going to try to attack the middle of this Texas defense. Texas safeties are widening out because I think they were respecting the speed to the outside. Opens up a big void right in the middle of this defense, the back end.
Rush was coming wide open. Touchdown. Walking in is Swindle. I mean, Swindle was all alone on the busted coverage.
It's a pick again in man-to-man coverage. Look at that. Right there, Aaron Williams gets picked because his receiver came down to the inside and it picked Williams. He couldn't get around Curtis Brown.
Down goes Potts again. 22-yard touchdown. So the gunslinger from Abilene is not done yet. Here's Williams. Going to try to make it a 7, and we climb toward both teams scoring in the 30s right now.
About that 2 minutes and 13 seconds they get within a touchdown.
Walking on into the end zone. Lots of time left. Well, Flash Forward is a brand new show coming on ABC. And I'll be in Happy Valley. ABC Saturday Night Football. Iowa takes on Penn State. Remember what happened a year ago in Iowa City? The Hawkeyes knocked off the Nittany Lions. And look at that bottom line. Iowa has won 6 of the last 7 games against Joe Pa and Brew.
It seems like those two teams, it's always a competitive game, but I had no idea that the Hawkeyes had beaten Joe Pa 6 of 7. Big win today over Arizona for Kirk Ferentz.
Speaking of big, tough, competitive rivalries, how about this one coming down to the last 7 minutes? Malcolm Williams, daylight to the 35. MetLife providing tonight's aerial coverage. Visit MetLife.com to learn more about MetLife's long history of providing coverage at major sporting events. Get up there, Snoopy.
Got to believe here with Colt McCoy still has a touchdown lead. Texas Tech 2 timeouts under 7 minutes. They've been running the football effectively. I think that's what they're going to continue to try to do, especially with Trey Newton in this offensive line. Safeties are back for Texas Tech. That's when you want to run the football.
McCoy rolling out and firing to Shipley and picking up 8 yards on first down.
You know, he got pushed out of bounds, but his forward progress kept him inbounds, so the clock will continue to move for Colt McCoy in this offense.
Quick snap. They come back with young Newton. And Newton is definitely emerging as the top running back here for the Horns.
Well, he is, I think his vision and his lean and just his feel in this system. Again, he comes out of South Lake Carroll High School. Very similar offense. No huddle, shotgun spread type of feel in that high school. That's why I think allowed him as a true freshman to come in and get settled in and feel so comfortable.
78 yards for Newton rushing. Play fake to him this time. Down the far side to Shipley again. I'll tell you, Shipley and Colt McCoy, I'll bet you these two guys could complete passes in a boat.
You know what, though, Brent, tonight, because Colt has struggled at least early in this game, I'm impressed with Greg Davis with this game on the line, still coming out swinging, throwing the ball.
Here comes Newton.
Newton on the carry.
As a matter of fact, Bassmasters, that show,
yeah,
they said, Mr. Shipley and Mr. McCoy, how would you two like to team up? Mr. Shipley, we'll put you in a boat. And Mr. McCoy, we'll have you stand on the shore. We'll go about 45 miles. Well, you know, I'm not going to tell you the story. We're going to get it back up here in a few minutes, okay? We're going to let you see what happened. Do you think at 45 miles an hour, from 20 yards out, that Colt McCoy can hit Shipley with a pass, huh? First time out. They said it'd take 4 or 5. Go get it.
Oh!
Yeah, huh? What do you think?
Very nice. He's loving it. That's the accuracy we're used to seeing from him.
That's what happened to him. He thinks his receiver should be in a boat.
Exactly. Well, again, going back to Greg Davis, conventional wisdom, you're up. You've been running the ball pretty well in the second half. Their safeties are back. Great time to run the football. So what do? I think 3 of these first 4 plays, they've moved Colt McCoy around. He's thrown the football, and he's, more importantly, thrown it accurately. And now they're becoming the aggressor, even though they have the 7-point lead. What that tells me is Mac Brown doesn't think 31 points is enough.
2nd and 7. Childs slashes inside. Another first down. A tired Red Raider defense. And the Horns are moving back down the field.
Nice block by James Kirkendall, but when the ball gets into the hands of John Childs, even though he's a former quarterback, to me he looks like a running back or a tailback with a football in his hands. You just try to find a space for him to catch the ball and show what he can do in the open field.
Here's Newton. Close to another first down when he's tripped up.
Some great blocking out front. Charlie Tanner, number 52. Look at that push that he got right there on the left side, pushing the defender to the right.
Newton needs only 10 to get 100 tonight, but he's going to give one back that time as he was hit by Bird. Bird's been a fine tackler here tonight.
And there was some confusion with the hurry up. Texas trying to catch Texas Tech off guard, and Bront Bird sitting on the edge collapsed down, was ready, and I think expecting the run by Trey Newton. Big time play by number 20.
Need 2 for the first down. Newton stoned. Helmets come flying that time, and Whitlock makes the stop and loses his helmet.
Victor Hunter, number 52, Brent, right in there with Colby Whitlock. The defensive line last couple plays stepped up when they had to.
They'll go for a field goal here, sitting on a 7 right now. Mac will make it a couple of score game. Hunter Lawrence made one from 43 yards out. Shipley is the holder. Long enough. 33-yarder. A 10-point Texas lead. So we are back with Texas holding a 34-24 lead on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They have 3 minutes and 49 seconds to work with here in Austin. Down by a couple of scores now. Stevens has done a pretty good job of returning kickoffs. Justin Tucker with the ball on the tee, 30-yard line. Here's Stevens coming to the 10-yard line. Maybe down to 30. Well, Flash Forward's a new show coming on ABC this fall. Top 5 next week. Oops, there's no business like show business.
This is the top 5 from this week. Now, Lisa, you got to take USC out because they lost. Just throw them aside. Alabama won. BYU history. But I got to move your Penn State Nittany Lions not at 3. Move Bama up to 3. Penn State goes to 4. No, girl, not yet. Penn State's at 4. We have a little surprise maybe at number 5. We'll talk about that after this.
Right after this snap. Here comes Potts. And throws 11 yards for a first down to Franks.
And here comes number 5, and I don't know if I'm alone on this.
All right.
You like it?
I love it.
You agree with that, right?
Finally, one voter I agree with.
And you made a point. If you ignore what you expected and just go by what you've seen,
exactly.
How can Miami not have serious consideration as a top 5 team right now?
3:28 to go. Stevens to the 45-yard line.
I thought Lisa did a great job.
She did. I was very impressed.
We're going to have to
She's in charge of helmets every week.
That was
We do that every week.
fantastic.
Bring the U a helmet.
Yeah, we'll bring the U next week.
Sure. Okay, good.
Snapped out to the side. That's Leon.
Remember the last drive, because Texas sat back and almost a prevent defense. Took them just over 2 minutes. They're going to need a similar drive here with Taylor Potts. Got to get up to the line of scrimmage, quick snaps, and try to come up with a touchdown here to get it within a field goal.
First down and 10. Near side. And that is another first down. Zuzalek brought it in. We've got a penalty flag down.
Pass interference, offense, number 8. The 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat first down.
And that's Franks.
And Ja'Cory Franks was beating up Shockey Brown downfield to try to open it up underneath. So he's blocking. The ball is still in the air. He's trying to block Shockey Brown. That was a huge mistake there. Big gain for Texas Tech. Moving the ball. Now they go all the way back to their own 37-yard line.
First and 25, middle, deflected, incomplete. What a reminder to stay tuned after the game for your late local news over most of these ABC stations. And over on ESPN, tune over to SportsCenter for post-game analysis, as well as today's scores and highlights. And I think I heard Reese Davis say that around midnight, they've got a full wrap-up of all the college action, and hard to believe that Dr. Lou stays up that late on a Saturday night. Second down, complete to the 47-yard line. Swindle.
He's cramping up too. That right calf. Nice long throw by Potts. The timing on his outcuts today been such long arcing throws, but they always seem to get there just in time for this receiver to make the catch before the defender can knock the ball away.
Third down and 9 for Taylor Potts. Moving in on the school record for completions in one night. Stevens stopped at the 46. Achu, Emmanuel Achu, a brilliant student, by the way. Has a younger brother on the team, and he's got a high motor. He's a fine-looking athlete.
And running the football keeps the clock moving.
Leach is 3 of 3 on fourth down tonight. Need this one or it's back up the bus. Got a man. Incomplete. Coverage closed fast. Nolan Brewster, the son of the Minnesota Gopher football coach, comes in and breaks that up.
This time Texas brought the pressure that they brought most tonight. The ball's actually thrown very well. Despite the coverage, the ball gets in there, but you touched on it. The safety, the sophomore, Brewster comes in and separates Leon from the potential catch in a first down.
Hello, freshman.
Yeah.
So now in the victory's formation, Colt McCoy. And with 1:24 to go, Herbie, I want to ask you, Big 12, as exciting as it was last year, drop off a little in the excitement category? What's your feeling?
I still think it's going to be a great race, and these teams, as we see them progress, I think people are giving up too early on Oklahoma. I think people are giving up too early on Oklahoma State. I think Texas Tech showed me anyway tonight that they're almost a forgotten team this year in the Big 12 South. They competed, I thought, pretty well in a hostile environment. Nebraska competed, probably played well enough to win in Blacksburg. I think this conference is going to be very similar to what we saw a year ago.
And remember, Oklahoma goes to Lubbock this year. Okay. Well, the biggest Dancing with the Stars cast ever. Judge.
No, you wouldn't do it. You would advance at least. I give you 3 rounds. Over under would be about 3 or 4 weeks.
Beyonce, be my.
You've come a long way. Come a long way.
Look at that face over there. Now that's a lineman's face, isn't it?
Brandon Carter. It's like a wrestler.
Yeah, he does. Especially when he comes out on the field. Big smiles over here on the Longhorn sideline. Well, this will help Mac Brown forget about what went down last year. I was absolutely amazed when one of the first things he said to us when we sat down at a meeting is, how come you built up those guys running up the score last year? And we lost those BCS rankings. I said, excuse me? You know, wait a minute. I don't care how many points you score.
Sometimes we kind of get caught up in the excitement of the scores, the plays, the touchdowns, you know?
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? If you're on offense, put the ball in the end zone. Yeah. You know what Lou Holtz said last night? They talked to him, have you ever called a timeout? Isn't that what timeouts are for?
Right. By the way, you said Lou's going to be up late tonight on the scoreboard show on ESPN. I heard a rumor that you're going to be joining us tonight, too. We're just warming up here, Brett. We got about 8 segments over on SportsCenter if you want to join us.
I love to.
Yeah, I think you have a few other fans. Right?
So there we have it. The rematch won by the Horns. But I agree with Irby that Mike Leach and Texas Tech show tonight, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with before this season's over. Taylor Potts is a tough hombre. And the Horns are on track. You know, October 17th, Oklahoma in Dallas. Let's go down to Lisa.
First half, what changed for you guys in the second half offensively?
It's got to be consistent. You know, give Texas Tech credit. They came out here and played great. We knew they would. We started conference play. Each week's a test. Each week's a battle. But you know, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to play tonight. It's been amazing.
You didn't look entirely comfortable in that first half. Why weren't you comfortable?
Well, they're switching up some things. We weren't playing as well and being consistent like we should. Hey, give our defense credit. They played lights out.
That second half turned into a shootout, which is what we expected all along. When did you know you had enough points?
You never do against Texas Tech. You never know when you have enough points. You know, we made 2 turnovers we shouldn't have had, but we kept fighting, and that shows the character of our team. We're going to fight till the end.
Now, Mac Brown has told you that he wants you to relax and have fun. Obviously, you won, so you're feeling good about this, but what's it going to take for you to feel comfortable and good for 4 quarters?
We just got to continue to work. You know, we have a lot of seniors on offense. We got to feed off the defense and stop turning the ball over. We'll be good.
All right, thanks a lot, Colt. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Frank.
All right, Colt McCoy tonight, 24 of 34 for 205 yards, a touchdown, and those 2 interceptions. And again, the Horns win it 34-24. Next Saturday, we'll be in State College for Saturday Night Football on ABC. Iowa taking on Penn State at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Big Ten, Donnybrook, and Happy Valley. Now we take it to Times Square for the Ford Wrap-Up with John Saunders and Jesse Palmer. Take it away, John.
This is the Ford Wrap-Up. John Saunders alongside of Jesse Palmer. There was a question mark coming into the game, USC against Washington, but the question mark wasn't whether or not USC would win the game. The question mark was whether or not who would win it for them at starting quarterback, freshman Matt Barkley or the sophomore Aaron Corp. Aaron Corp gets the nod to start the game because of Barkley's bad shoulder. And Joe McKnight looks like Joe McKnight early.
And they got running the ball early, scoring early, and it looked like it was just going to be another Pac-10 win for the Trojans, right?
But Aaron Corp struggled. Watch here, tries to force it into double coverage, picked off by Donald Butler. And Corp is upset with himself, and Barkley starts to warm up. And see the hitch in his shoulder? You can see it there. Corp almost picked off again by Mason Foster.
Aaron Corp was never able to get into rhythm, forcing too many balls into that Washington defense.
Jake Locker, though, possession quarterback, moves the ball, finds Jermaine Kearse here, and that's key because it sets up what would be the game-winning field goal. Eric Folk from 22 yards out, and Washington knocks off USC 16-13 is the final as USC loses in a surprise for the third straight year. 6 out of 8 years where they have lost a game on the road in the Pac-10. They show up for the big games and then lose these ones they should never lose.
And there's no excuses for USC in this football game. They were simply outplayed by the Washington Huskies. Give Nick Holt, the Washington Husky defensive coordinator, tons of credit. He dialed up a great game plan, holding Aaron Corp to only 110 yards passing. They got 3 huge turnovers. USC was 0 for 10 on third down in this game. It was a great game plan for Washington defensively.
Right. Another game that we didn't expect to be tight, but it was. Florida holds off Tennessee.
Florida expected to have some trouble with a very good Tennessee defense. The Tennessee played very, very physical, but in the end, Florida had enough to get it done.
Virginia Tech with a last-second touchdown pass with about 30 seconds left in the game. They hold on to win 16-15. You can see them against Miami next week right here on ABC. That's been the Ford Wrap-Up Show.